Well, g'day everyone and welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, welcome to Trip for Two Australia. On this week's episode, Ali and I are heading towards Adele's Grove, which is up near Lawn Hill in the northwest of Queensland. So once you go and get yourself a cold drink and get your feet up for the next 20 minutes or so, because not everything goes to plan, and come and join us for the adventure. Hi, I'm Steve.
And I'm Alison.
We decided a couple of years ago that we'd work hard and save all of our money and start living life on our own terms.
So we bought a caravan and hit the road on a trip for two all around Australia.
So why not come and join us every week for our adventures? All right, just before we get into today's episode, if you're wondering why the last time you saw us we were in South Australia and now we're right up in the top of Queensland, then you missed last week's episode. So I'm going to drop a link in for you right here which explains all of our travel plans and how we've changed our plans based on fuel prices and availability and going home and seeing family and all of those sorts of things. But for now, let's get into today's episode. Well, just like we said in the intro, we have taken a massive detour. In fact, we're in the northwest of Queensland at the moment. We're on our way up to Lawn Hill. We're going to stop at Mary Kathleen on our way, probably for a couple of days, but couldn't resist the temptation to show you the camp where we're staying at the moment. We drove yesterday from Emerald in Queensland out to Longreach, and we generally stay in the Apex Park donation camp, which you'll find probably about 4 or 5 kilometres out of Longreach on its western side along the banks of the Thompson River. But after some recent flooding and rains and things, it was an absolute mud bowl down there. I don't know why people even bothered putting their caravans in. Unfortunately, I didn't film any of it, but all there was just caravans coated in mud and just huge ruts. So we decided to push on a little bit further, and we've come to a rest stop which you'll find about 25 kilometres on the western side of Longreach, and it is absolutely fantastic. There's toilets here and all those sorts of things because it is a public rest stop, but in behind it you'll find a huge area where you can come in and camp, get yourself a setup. We went for a walk around last night. We probably found about 20 to 30 caravans camped in here, and yet you can only just see 2 from where we are. Anyway, I'll show you the site. Then we're going to get loaded up in the car this morning. We're going to continue a little bit further to the west, and then we're going to push up to Mary Kathleen. So this is the rest stop where we camped last night. You can see we got ourselves a little pull-off bay here in the back. Now, the rest stop itself is just out here, and the highway is on the other side of that. And then located just over the other side of these trees, you'll find some toilets, which I went in and checked out yesterday, and they were really, really clean. It was really good to see. But as you can see here, there's a couple of setups. Now, these ones rolled in a little later last night, but you can see the tracks continue around over here. And we walked down these tracks yesterday, and you can probably walk a further 500 metres or so straight back down that way, and there's caravans camped along the fence line down there where the railway line is. Then on the other side you'll find a creek, which I read online is very, very popular when there's a bit of water flowing through it. A lot of people wrote that their kids really enjoyed swimming down there, so yeah, it's a great place to come and stay. And being only 25 k's out of Longreach, a lot of people say that they base themselves here rather than down at the Apex Donation Park. Just shoot into town and check out all the attractions. I've got to say, it's not a bad place to come and stay. But as I don't know the name of it, I'll put in the location of it, or the WikiCamps location for it, just in the video for you here so you can see where it is. So if you're coming out this way and you want a place to stop and you don't want to stay in the dust bowl or the mud pit, whatever's going on down there in the Apex Park in Longreach, you might even consider this one. So we made our way a little further to the northwest, and we've come to the township of Mary Kathleen. Now, I'm going to show you Mary Kathleen. We're going to show you that a little bit later in today's video because Ali and I didn't realise how quickly that we would return. But anyway, we're going to head out to Lawn Hill, which you'll find located about a 2.5 hour drive from Mount Isa. And once you've made the turn off the main highway, you follow a bitumen road for about 35 to 40 kilometres before you eventually hit the gravel, and then it remains gravel all the way through to Adele's Grove, Lawn Hill, or if you're going a little further towards the north, Gregory, and then on to Burketown.
A few moments later.
Can you bring that torch? I might be able to see the slot a bit better if I just push it down through here. Torch straight down in the top there, that's it. Alright, we're in business. And I know nothing about mechanics. 2 screws in the same, you know.
You may need to bleep that bit. That was not PG.
Alright, time for a test drive.
Time for a test drive?
Right. As long as it gets the spectrum out, I'll
Back. Hopefully it's good enough to get us back to civilization. Steve's just given me the thumbs up, but I'm not quite as optimistic as he is. We'll see. Oh gosh, hang on. He's going to be in the drink in a minute, sorry. I was watching what he was doing. He's going to be in the drink. Stop, 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 stop. Oh my word.
It should be.
What did you just say then?
I said I've done things in the car that you never let me do when you're in it. Drive it flat out. Where's that little torch, bud? Let's have a look. That's on there.
So you think it sounds okay?
Oh, of course it sounds okay. I fixed it. Sounds okay to me.
He's very naughty. But can I just say, about an hour ago when this happened, he was cranky as all get up. I'll just put it like that, PG. He was not a happy camper. He was ready to go home and pack it in, and he was over it all. It was like a little kid throwing their toys.
No, it wasn't. It's amazing what one beer and half an hour of thinking time does, though.
Is that the solution to everything?
That's it.
Fair enough.
All
I
right.
must admit, I was thinking at the time, this happened to us almost a year ago, I think, when we were out near Broome, and our friend Graham came to help us out. And I was thinking, we need Graham again.
Yes.
And the mighty Ram Graham.
We got fortunate this time. We just popped the hose off the O-ring, but last time I actually split the hose right up through it. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, they were new in Broome, so they should be perfectly fine. And we got the all clear. We had the mechanic go over it when we got home just to check it's had a bit of work done throughout Australia, and we don't just drive it back and forth to work. We do take it out and about and probably test the limits at time with the poor thing. So they gave us the all clear. They said no, it was all good. Everything that's been done has been good. So we felt confident at the time to take it off for our next adventure.
Yeah. Oh, it's fixed now, isn't it?
It's fixed, yes.
All right,
well, we
on with
hope.
the show.
Fingers crossed.
Well, as you saw, we had a minor breakdown with the mighty Colorado, but all been resolved now, hasn't it, Al?
It has, yes. It was, what was it in the end? We probably should tell you because it was a bit...
I blew an intercooler hose,
Okay.
which in a Colorado forces it to want to do a DPF burn, and that code can't be cleared. You can clear it for about 5 minutes, but all it does is keeps thinking it needs to do a DPF burn. So we were very, very fortunate. I took a drive into Mount Isa yesterday in limp mode all the way back, so it took me about 3.5 hours to get there, but I was able to go back, and we went to a mechanics in town, which is called Calibre Diesel and Automotive, and I've got to say, I've been driving a car since I was 18 years old. I don't think I've ever experienced customer service like we got down there, do we?
Yes, no, they were great. I rang Tanya as Steve was on the way back into Mount Isa, explained what had happened and where we were, asked if they could slot us into their schedule because every business is pretty busy, and she was more than accommodating. And as soon as Steve got there, car was straight in. Jai, the service manager, was had it on the machine and looking at it. So it was brilliant, and they were very, very kind and caring and accommodating, and we very much appreciate it.
They definitely were. I was in and out of there in under an hour and a half. It was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, it
Car
was
running
great.
perfectly again. So that gave us a couple of days to reflect. We got really lucky in the end, didn't we? Because where we got to stay here at the campsite, which is called By the River, that's the only name it's known as. And I'll put the link in here on WikiCamps for you if you want to come and stay here. We got really, really lucky because it is such a beautiful place, isn't it?
It's beautiful. Everybody you talk to and you say where we've been, inverted commas, stranded, they go, man, that is a brilliant place. Such a beautiful place to be if you have to be stuck. nice place to be stuck.
It certainly is. We ended up spending 3 days here. It gave us plenty of time to sit down. We enjoyed our wedding anniversary while we were here.
Steve spent half the day trying to see if we could get the Colorado out of the perpetual loop of the engine light, but
it all sorted out okay. We got to sit out here by the river and just enjoy each other's company, didn't we, bud?
we did. It was good.
It was very, very nice. But also gave us a little bit of time to reflect. If you've been watching the channel for a while now, you would know that over the last 3 years we've done a lot of Australia, and we spent a lot of time out on dusty and corrugated roads. We looked at what was ahead of us to Burketown, and we sort of thought, do we really want to do it this year, didn't we?
Probably just because in the last 12 months we've had a few things, when one thing goes wrong, everything you feel like everything goes wrong with the car, which is not in reality true, but probably made definitely me a little gun shy when we get onto the corros, and I think I probably put a little doubt into his head too. So.
I'm just going to be honest and say I've just had enough of the dust. That's pretty much it. You clean everything you touch, you get covered in it. So
well, that's part of the adventure, isn't it?
It is part of the adventure. But we've decided to take a little bit of time off that. So we're not going to go up to the Cape this year, or not to the Cape. We're not going to the Cape. We're never going to the Cape.
Country.
We're not going up to the Gulf. So we're not going to go to Burketown. We're not going to go across to Columba.
You're going to say Columbaroo,
I was going to say Columbaroo.
Which is on the other side of the country.
All right. So, yeah, we're not going there. So what we're going to do is we're going to head back into Mount Isa. We're going to restock, rearm, recharge, and then we're going to head out to Mary Kathleen, sit out there for a couple of days. I'm going to put a video together. We'll put a new plan together, but I reckon we head to the coast, Al. A couple of days in Cairns. Sounds nice.
Well, we were always heading to the coast, except we were just going up via the Gulf country. So we'll probably just miss part of the Gulf country. And just pick it up a little further along the track, if I can say it like that. That's the plan at this point in time. And just make sure the car is okay while we're, I guess, near civilization and not up in areas that are a little bit more remote in Australia.
Yeah, either way, the mighty Colorado will keep Coloradoing down the road. We might even drop in at Cobalt Gorge, but we'll let you know all about that over the next couple of episodes.
Just making note of the sign, Mary Kathleen, go to the right. Do not go straight ahead. You hit a bridge that you can't cross.
Yeah, I drove down there once. It's a big reverse back in your caravan when you do it. But it's worth the adventure.
That's what you go off your memory from about 3 years ago and with the she'll be right attitude.
So if you've never come into Mary Kathleen before, there's two sides to it. There's the Mary Kathleen, like the town sort of side, and there's Mary Kathleen, town square side. So anywhere down here, that's just camping for wherever you like in the old township. There's the old swimming pool and all that sort of gear there. Or the road that we're going to follow here takes you down to where the residential places were, and down here you'll find old carport slabs which are perfectly level for your caravan. So we're just pulling down now into the old residential area to find ourselves a slab. What I really like about camping in this part of Mary Kathleen is all of the slabs are an old house distance apart. So there's always plenty of room between you and your neighbour, isn't there, Al?
There is, yes. It's very good.
Having said that, there's always that one person who wants to get a little bit closer, but that's perfectly fine. The more the merrier. There's not too many down here today, so we do have a favourite spot here, which we're going to go and try and get ourselves onto, because it's just a nice spot for us, but plenty of places to choose from when you come down.
It is.
You know the Darling Downs, greenery, the jewel in the crown. No fences, just drovers, dogs in Greenland to cross over. Well, Carter, a young stockman, Briggs, an old drover, was headman. Cattle restless, hot winds terrified. Black clouds, lightning split the sky. Keep 'em steady, Briggs called out. No sudden moves, bring 'em about. Will did his best, reins tight. That's when he saw a mystery rider in sight.
All right, so one of the great things to do when you come out to Mary Kathleen is to go for a drive out to the old mine or the pit. It's got a brilliant blue colour in the centre of it, doesn't it, Al?
It does, it's quite spectacular.
Yes, it looks nice, but definitely not for swimming.
No.
We've been out and we've seen it before, but every time we come out here, it is definitely well worth the drive to come and have a look, isn't it?
It's been a few years since we've gone to see it, so I'm looking forward to getting out and having another look.
Certainly. It's located about 6 kilometres away from the centre of town. You'll see there's a sign. I'll cut a picture of it in for you right here. Just follow that road out. All right, so as you can see, the road out to the mine probably isn't the most well-maintained road in Australia.
No, I think it's got a few more holes since last time we were here, but considering, what was it, 1982?
82 they closed it down,
You know,
so...
it's not too bad, really.
No, it's not. To have this much road still here is probably a good thing. So what's that? We're on the better part of... She's starting to scare the bejesus out of 50 years since this road was last maintained, so
Yes.
that's pretty good. Anyway, we're about halfway, so we'll continue on. There's a little sign that you need to follow to keep you on track for the mine so you don't get lost, and we'll show you that when we get down there. All right, so here's a change since we were last here. If you have a look over here on the right, you can see there's a little sign that says mine with an arrow on it. That used to be the only sign here, but some smart person's come down now and put in an absolutely unmissable sign so you know which way to go. I'm fairly certain that they made this a one-way track so that you didn't get stuck. So we sort of cut through the bottom of a creek here on your way out of the mine, but on your way back out you follow the road, and that way you don't come or meet anybody in the centre of a track that you can't get around on. But we'll check that out on the way out. So we're just driving up through where the mine site would have been, I suppose, the production or the processing area. And you can definitely see here it's you require a four-wheel drive to come out here and check this out. But if you only want to come and visit the township on your way through, just have to excuse our camera work at the moment because the car's all over the joint. But if you do want to just come and see the township, you could do that in a two-wheel drive, no sweat. But coming out here to the pit, you're definitely going to need a 40. Beautiful drive out here though, isn't it, Al?
It is beautiful. I love the rocks.
Yeah, they're really unusual here. It's something that's, I think, unique to this whole area. Like when you're between Cloncurry and Mount Isa, just the formation of the land out here, it's something truly unique, I reckon, anyway, to anything we've seen anywhere we've been, isn't it?
It is, I think, yeah, I think so. It's quite mesmerising at times.
It is, yeah, very beautiful place to come and visit. Well, this isn't our first time out to the Mary Kathleen mine to check out the super pit when you come out here. It might not be our last. It is definitely worth a drive out when you come out to see or you stay in Mary Kathleen. It's a beautiful place to visit, isn't it?
It is beautiful. The scenery is just gorgeous, really, to sit and watch it and look at it. It's just different to everywhere else you go.
It certainly is, and just that beautiful blue water that sits in the bottom of the pit. I mean, there's always that...
It's very inviting.
It is. There's always that fear factor of a three-eyed fish or something down in there somewhere. I've heard, people told me the first time we visited here that when they were kids, they used to come down here and swim with the family.
I think so, yeah. People wrote in and told us that.
And we definitely meet people on the road who said they always see a backpacker here having a wash, so... I don't know. I don't think I'd be in there, but it is a beautiful place to come and see, and it's a fairly easy walk up from the car park, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's not a hard walk. I don't think the drive is too bad, but yeah, you wouldn't do it in a two-wheel drive, definitely a four-wheel drive capable vehicle.
Certainly. All right, we'll throw the drone up, we'll have a look around. Here's our visit out here to the Mary Kathleen mine. It's, as we said, up on the top of the mine wall. It is a beautiful place to come out and see, isn't it?
It is beautiful. I quite enjoy it. It's spectacular scenery, as I've said probably a few times now.
Yeah, I'm just going to cut in some footage while we're talking of our last visit when we were here, because there's parts of the old processing plant that you can still see here, and there's also another camping area which would be suitable for rooftopers or maybe small camper trailers to get into.
I think so from memory, yes.
With some beautiful views out across the valley. But yeah, if you come out to Mary Kathleen, whether you're staying the night or you're going to stay a couple of days like we are, make sure you jump into your car, take the 6K drive out, come and check out the old pit out here. It is well worth the drive, isn't it?
It is, yes. Definitely go for a drive around Mary Kathleen.
All right, I'm going to head back, or we're going to head back in. Ollie's not walking, that's for sure. We're going to head back into camp now, do a little bit of work, and we've bought ourselves a new cooker.
Oh, we did, yes.
Yes,
We've got a couple of little things while we're home.
We did, so I'm going to try and roast a chicken at this afternoon, all off our Blue Eddy. Anyway, we'll see how it all goes a little bit later on today. So as you saw, we've been out at the Mary Kathleen mine, so we're obviously staying in Mary Kathleen, and the thing that we love about it most, I think we mentioned it on the drive-in the other day, is you get these concrete pads from the old driveways that you can come and stick your caravan on, and it makes for a good hard level site. Because they were doubles, there's plenty of room for you to be able to get your caravan on there and just come around the other side here, and plenty of room to walk around, so you're not constantly walking in the dirt and all of those sorts of things. What a great place to come and camp, and they are scattered around everywhere, and because they're about a house distance apart, it gives you a great gap between you and your neighbour. And you can see here they're pretty sparsely spaced apart at the moment. Everybody seems to give everybody a little bit of room when they come out. And one thing I really love about it is because once the township was taken away and a farmer bought it, he also has his cows down here grazing all day. Okay, so a little bit early, so we're up at the mine. I said we'd come back, we're going to roast a chicken this afternoon in a new cookware appliance that we bought. And we recently, when we were home in Brisbane, bought ourselves a Woolstead 14-in-1 cooker, which I'll do a review on and talk to you all about in a later episode. I'm actually negotiating with them at the moment to try and get you a good discount code so you can save a bit of money on it. But here it is here. But because Ali and I don't have an oven, we decided that we'd get one of these because it will bake and it will roast and you can cook pizzas in it and all sorts of gear like that. We thought this might be a great addition to our travel gear. And since being home, we left our air fryer and rice cooker and all of the things that the Woolstead 14-in-1 cooker will take care of for us. So I need to get it fired up. At the moment, it's connected to our Blue Eddy Elite 300, and we're going to talk about the Blue Eddy Elite 300. 300 amps of lithium, should be able to roast it chook. Anyway, let's find out. So here's our Woolstead 14-in-1 cooker, and as you can see, it's going through its preheat phase at the moment. I'm preheating it to 180 degrees. It has a small counter here, and once all 8 bars fill up, and I'll try and get it without flickering too much, then you know it's preheated. But even better than that, it just says to you add food, which is really, really simple instructions to follow. Located in the back of the 14-in-1 cooker, you'll find this sensor here. We're going to use that to help us cook today. It's just located inside there. There it is. I'll pull that out and I'll show you how we insert it into the chicken and what you need to do to make sure your chicken is perfectly and safely cooked every time. Here's our chicken, and I've got the probe that we have with our 14-in-1 cooker from Woolstead. When you put it in, you've got to put it in horizontally. Try not to touch the bone. So find the thickest part of the breast, and I'll just turn the chicken around a bit easier for you, and just push your sensor all the way home. Then when we go outside, just plug that into the side of the machine, select chicken, and it'll cook it to exactly the right safe temperature. So there's our chicken added to the cooker. You'll see this is a small cutout section here in the cooking or the roasting pan. And that's where you run your sensor through and just plug it in at the side. There we go, just plug that in. Close your lid back down, just make sure your cable's out of the way. I come back to the front here and just push the sensor button. So, all right, so here's our chicken. So I've selected sensor and I've hit our chicken, and you see it's going to cook it to an internal temperature of 77, and it tells me what the probe temp is. And as soon as it gets to 77 degrees and the chicken is cooked, the Woolstead will shut down and tell me that it's ready to take out. Okay, so you can see here our internal probe sensors reading our chicken's internal temperature is about 76 degrees now. 77 is our target. And here we are, we're just starting to edge it on now, and there you go, all cooked. So it says get food, that means that the chicken is perfectly cooked. Let's have a look. Oh, check that out, that looks really good. All right, I'm going to get some gloves on, get this out, then we'll go and roast some veggies. So I've set our Woolstead 14-in-1 cooker into manual mode now, select 180 degrees, and set it for 30 minutes. And I've thrown in, I hope you can see them there, some potatoes. We'll let those start to cook and then we'll grab some pumpkin and throw that in. I've got the supervisor out here now. So veg is just about cooked, so you can see in there, look at those, oh, they look pretty good. Let's go, we'll have a look at our Blue Eddie to see where we went with the cook. Oh, nearly fell over a log. Right, here we go. So 52%, let's just make that 50%. Look, that is absolutely fantastic considering the time we're cooking for. 2.5 hours we've been running for now using our Woolstead 14-in-1 cooker, and it has been running on about 1237 watts the entire time. So it does cycle around, but in general terms, it's probably running over that 1200 watts all the time. So really, really happy with the result today. We're going to get those veggies out and go and enjoy dinner. Well, that's the end of our time here in Mary Kathleen, and it's also the end of today's episode. It's been a very up and down last couple of weeks, hasn't it, Adele?
Yes, it has. A little bit disappointing, but you know, you just roll with the punches, as they say.
You certainly do. We almost made it to Lawn Hill, but after the breakdown, we're a little bit gun shy, yes, of a further breakdown, but after a little bit of talk and a bit of rationalisation, we've decided we're still not ready to get back onto the corrugations and all those dusty roads, are we?
No, I'm a bit gun shy.
So as you saw, we come back here to Mary Kathleen. What do you think of Mary Kathleen as a campsite?
Yeah, I really liked it. When we stopped the first time on our way through, it was really just lovely to sit and do nothing really, and I forgot just how lovely this area is.
It certainly is, and Mary Kathleen is a great place to stay if you're in transit somewhere. So let's just say, for example, I know you're travelling to Darwin and you're coming via this road, or you're coming back from Darwin via this road. Couple of nights down here, good R&R, plenty of space, just nice quiet nights, aren't they?
They are, and yeah, if you're travelling in a group, we've seen a few groups here, they just get round, they make their own little area and they're having a mighty time.
They certainly are, and Eyes is only about 40 minutes drive away, where you'll find, you know, Coles, Woolies, access to a whole range of shops, fuel, all sorts of things, isn't it?
People who will fix your computers.
Yes, certainly. All right, so plan for today, we're going to continue on. We're going to head towards Julia Creek. We'll stop up in Cloncurry, top up with some water.
Yes.
And get rid of the dump point and do all those sorts of things, but you don't have to worry about that because you're going to see all of that on next week's episode. If you like this week's episode, make sure you give us a like. If you have any questions or comments, hit us up in the comment section. And as usual, if you're not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please consider doing so because it really allows our channel to grow. Until the next time we see you guys, have a great week. We can't wait to see you. We'll see you then.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.